Welcome to the second part of our morning series today. Today we had a double treat for you. I'm Lesley Kaplan. This is our Professional Women's Networking Forum, our monthly Professional Women's Networking Forum. We continue today following our Monday Motivational Series for those that were with us beforehand. Those of you that have just joined, I welcome you here. We're going to have an amazing session. We're here for 90 minutes until 11 a.m. Israel time. If anyone is joining us from abroad, we're going to have 2 sets of breakout rooms, and we're going to have lots of time to share and to learn about what AI can do for ourselves, especially in this challenging time, or should I say not only especially, but even during this challenging time. And we've got no one more perfect to do it than Chava Scheinowitz, who I will introduce in a couple of moments. And we're going to be sharing, gaining tips, as well as seeing how we're doing and how we're feeling during this challenging time. So I'm going to just remove myself from the spotlight for a moment. I see we are mostly women. I'm trying to see here if we have any men that have remained in the room. Okay, can't see that, but that's all good. So what I'd like to do is, before I introduce Chava, who is going to be our speaker for the day, I would like to start off with, because of the situation that we're in, and we're all going through very challenging times right now. Israel, the longer it gets, sometimes it's harder for people to maintain and to keep, to keep being positive and to keep staying ahead. So that makes it more difficult. So what I'd like to do is we're going to be starting off. I think actually I am going to officially introduce Chava, and then we'll re-officially introduce her for anyone that joins later. So I'm just going to spotlight you for a moment, Chava, but you don't have to do any talking right yet. Okay, so this is the famous Chava Scheinowitz. I'm glad you're wearing your hat today. I'm going to share a secret with all of you that I met Chava in person for the first time at the Jerusalem Business Conference, which I organized a couple of months ago. Yeah, 2 months ago seems a long time with what's been happening. And Chava was wearing a different type of hat. And I was so used to seeing her with her trademark hat, even though it's a different hat to what we have in the image, but it's still a hat as opposed to a mipachat. And I actually didn't recognize her. So I guess, Chava, you see, once you have a trademark, it's like me with this necklace, right? This is my trademark necklace. Like I've got so much jewelry and I wear the same necklace most of the time because I just love it and it represents me. So I guess with you and your hat as well. So Chava with the trademark hat, we're going to be speaking to her in a couple of moments. And Chava will be talking to us, as I say, about AI and digital marketing. What I am going to do now is I'm going to start off with opening up some breakout rooms where we're going to be sharing what we're doing, how we're feeling, how we're managing during this time, and any tips that you want to share with any of your friends or with your co-people in the group. Because it is a networking forum, at this stage, please also, we're going to be doing this for 10 minutes, okay, approximately 10 minutes. At this stage, you can already introduce yourselves, do your elevator pitch, person that's more monopolizing the room. All right, so we're going to open up right now. So join, share, unmute yourselves, please. And once we come back into the main room, then you're going to be muting yourselves. So take it away, 10 minutes, and then we're coming back into our main talk. Okay, ladies, so we're back, and we're continuing with the main session of our discussion today, which is about AI for our business, as well as social media. For those of you that joined while everyone was in the breakout rooms, good morning, welcome. I'm Lesley Kaplan. Thank you for joining. We have a special guest today. Her name is Chava Scheinowitz, and Chava is a digital marketer. She's been a digital marketer for over 15 years. She focuses mostly on organic digital marketing, and I'm sure she'll want to add a little bit of what she would like to share with us today. Today, we're going to be talking about also social media, as well as AI, artificial intelligence, what it can do for our business, even during times of challenge, how we can use it, whether it's for images, whether it's for content, whether it's for chats, whatever it is. Chava, we look forward to hearing your amazing words of wisdom. We're going to be having another set, as I mentioned earlier, but for those that didn't hear the first part or joined in the middle, we're going to be having another set of breakout rooms as well, a little bit later. So if you didn't manage to share exactly what you wanted to share before, not to worry, you will have the opportunity. I do a random split of the breakout rooms, so you may not be with the exact same people as before. On the other hand, you may be. It's just automatic. So let's take it away. We're going to have Chava, who I'm going to now remove my spotlight. And let me find you here on the screen. I'm going to spotlight you. So we look forward to hearing your words of wisdom, what you can tell us about social media, about AI, how we can use it throughout the year, especially now, and anything else that you'd like to share. Good morning, Chava. Thank you.
Hey guys. All right. So let me try and share my screen first of all.
And Chava, before you continue, I'm going to be muting off. Everyone can just mute themselves for this part as well, besides Chava, and you'll unmute yourselves again for the breakout room.
All right. Why is the...
Okay, I can see you've started screen sharing. Here we go.
All right.
Okay, good.
All right. Yeah. With all the digital things that go on and like you work on your home, but to do a Zoom call is like a whole different
I know,
ballgame.
and I will actually say kol hakavod to Chava, because I normally get on a couple of minutes earlier with all my speakers, and today, because as I did with Jenny, and today, because we were leading from one session to the next, so Chava came on, during the first session, but kol hakavod that you didn't have any practice time, so amazing.
No practice time. Here we go. We're going to jump right in.
Jump right into it, exactly.
All right. So if there's something that I say that you guys like don't understand, just like stop me and I'll go and I'll explain. I'm just going to assume that I'm going to assume a few things, but we're just going to jump in and let's take it away. So when we're talking about is how does AI help us? Let me just make myself smaller here on the screen. So how does AI help you create social media? So this is the big question, right? And today, when you think about social media, right? Social media is a tool that we've been given, which is amazing, because if you think about it, how difficult is it to get a room full of people, right? If you had to, in the olden days, like a couple of years back, to get people into a room and to fill a room and just talk about the topic that you want to talk about, it was really, really difficult. Whereas today, you can get a reel out there and you can have 100, 200 views on a simple reel on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, even YouTube Shorts, and you can reach anywhere between hundreds to thousands, even millions of people. And now people know who you are. They've had a touch point with you, which a few years ago would have been really, really difficult to do, right? Now, I'm not talking about going viral. Viral is like something, it's a vanity metric. Why do I say that? Because going viral is fun. Everybody wants to get millions and millions of views. But a lot of the time when you get a viral effect is you don't actually reach the people that you want to reach, right? So I would rather have a video that reached 200 people, but the 200 people are the people that I actually want to reach, than reaching millions of people. And out of those millions, not many people are going to actually follow me and see what's going on. So the thing about social media and in general in our marketing is we want to reach the people and we want to serve and we want to reach the people who want to hear from us, right? I think that's the basic premise that we all should be following. And now comes the AI revolution. So we all talk about AI in 2023, but the AI actually began before 2022, and we just weren't really aware of it. But when you look at your iRobot and you look at Waze and you look at Amazon, when you go shopping on Amazon and Amazon says to you, people who like this also bought that, or would you like this or that, right? That's AI and working. When you look at Alexa or Siri, that's AI, right? But we just didn't know that that was AI. Like nobody actually told us that that was AI. But in November of 2022, OpenAI gave us ChatGPT. And what happened was that AI became accessible to the masses, right? And overnight, the world of marketing changed, and the world in general, I think, changed. And that leads us to the big question, right? Which is on everybody's minds of whether to embrace AI or not. Is this something that's going to take away my job? Is it something that is going to enhance my job? Should I be learning AI? Shouldn't I be learning AI? Should I be scared of it? Shouldn't I be scared of it? All these questions are valid and they are real. But the bottom line is you should 110% be embracing AI. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. And what I mean by that, the world is changing so fast. And the people who embrace AI are the people who are going to be going forwards, because AI is a tool. It still needs the human touch. Yes, there will be people whose jobs are going to change and they are going to have to pivot. And I say the word pivot because, yeah, there are things that AI will replace because it can just do it quicker and better than the human. But it's a tool and it still needs the human to help it out. It's a tool. It's what we put in is what we get out, right? So when we look at social media, how are we going to use this amazing tool that we call AI in our social media to create our posts and to create our videos and do everything that we need to do? So in AI, it's what's called a prompt, right? The prompt is the information that we put in, and it doesn't make a difference which AI program you use. It all comes down to the prompt, and what you put in is what you get out. Just the same as very many things in life. What you do, what you put in is what you get out. You put in a lot of effort, you're going to get something good. You're going to walk through, it's not going to be so great. So the bottom line is social media runs on content, right? All businesses need content, and the content is what's going to attract your buyers. Because in the end of the day, what is social media? Social media helps us to attract people that we know, like, and trust. And people buy from people who they know, like, and trust, right? So again, how are we going to use AI to save us time, to save us money, and to translate it into buyers? But in order to do that, we have to understand what is content, right? You can't just slap something up there and say, okay, this is what I want. Content is translated into things that we see, things that we hear, podcasts, and things that we read. And once we know that these are things then get translated into different forms of content, such as memes, blogs, videos, social posts, and what we see on TV. Now, once you know what your message is, and this is where things get complicated a little bit, because we need to understand what our message is in any marketing, especially in any form of marketing. Your message is the most important thing. And once you understand what your message is, then you can be translated into the various forms of content, which is video, podcast, books, scripts, okay? And the way we do this in AI is we go into what you've all heard of ChatGPT, Google Bard, Bing, Perplexity. These are 4 AI, AI tools that everybody and anybody can use. They're free to use. ChatGPT, and they also have a paid version, right? ChatGPT is updated until 2021. Anything from beyond 2021, it's a problem. You need the paid version. GPT 4 Turbo. Google Bard is more updated. Bing, which is from Microsoft, has ChatGPT 4 in it. It actually enables you to get ChatGPT 4 for free. And Perplexity also has a paid and free version. Now each one works slightly differently, and to be quite honest, you have to kind of like figure out which one works best for you. I sometimes will go into ChatGPT, put something in, it works great. Didn't like what it came out with, so I'll go into Google Bard, see what Google Bard gives me. Sometimes Google Bard isn't working, or sometimes ChatGPT isn't working, so then I'll go into Perplexity. I'll play around with them to see who gives me the best output, right? Now, when we think about content, we have to think about what kind of content. So there's 4 kinds of content that I want to share with you. Now, the content that we put out is something called the light bulb moment. And this is content that teaches the audience something they don't know. And for this, I wanted to share with you, how do I do this now? Let's go. Can you see my screen? You can see my screen, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a lady by the name of Erica. And
properly. How long ago did you buy it? I think 2 years ago. The warranty was only for 1 year, so you're out of luck. And there's nothing you can do. Do you have Apple Care? No, nothing I can do then. Sorry. She has no idea I follow Erica. Watch this. Give me a second. Now here's where you check if the credit card you purchased the iPhone with offers an extended warranty benefit. It'll look like this in the fine print. If you're not sure, go to erica.com/warranty to see a list of credit cards that offer this benefit. Ma'am, do you want to get it fixed or not? Yep, looks like my credit card will fully reimburse me. All right, who taught you this? Erica taught me. She's a lawyer and reads the fine print, so I don't have to. That's why I follow her.
okay, so that's a great example of content that that teaches your audience something that they don't know. That Erica has a huge following and has some really interesting content. The other content that is very good is trending content. And to find out what is trending in your niche, one of the ways to do it is to go to Google Trends. It's also a free tool, and it will show you exactly what is trending. And today, I mean, don't have to be a brain surgeon. Today, what's trending is Israel, the war, anything on that topic will definitely get traction. And then we have the curiosity driven, and this is the Q&A. Now there are two ways to do this, and one of the ways which I really like is a site by Neil Patel called Answer the Public. So let's go here for a second. Can you see? So this is Answer the Public. You go in, you get 3 free searches per day. You can pay for the paid version. I don't see the reason to pay for it. You will get, you put in the topic that you want to write, which country you want to look, and usually we go for the United States and English. And in this section, I put in like going on a Hawaii vacation. And as you can see, it gives you a circle of all these questions, right? But you can see that it gets darker, lighter, 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 lighter. The darker the color is, the more the volume, the more search volume there is for Hawaii. Is Hawaii a vacation expensive, right? So that is the most searched question. The next one is Hawaii worth it, right? And it goes down and down and down. Now, if you had to make content that answered all these questions, right, in your niche, you would probably have enough content for at least a year, right? And of course, you can go take a deep dive into more and more of these questions. But this is a site that I really like to use and I highly recommend. Okay, so this is an example that I went into to Answer the Public. I asked them a question about Hawaii, and then this is the prompt that we put in. Pretend you are an informative business owner of a travel agency. The travel agency that sells vacation planning to newlyweds, and using the questions below, write me an exciting Facebook post, and that's the point, the exciting Facebook post that answers each of the questions below, and make sure that each question is its own piece of content. Who travels to Hawaii? Which island is the best vacation? Is Hawaii vacation worth it? A way to book a Hawaii vacation. Now, as you can see, the grammar does not need to be perfect, right? And ChatGPT will understand exactly what you're asking. And here is the result, right? So you can read the result. Which island is the best for the vacation? And ChatGPT will give you an answer that even includes emojis and hashtags, right? Hashtags today is becoming less and less of a thing, so I wouldn't really worry too much about them. But it is nice that you can get a post just from putting in a question and putting in a good prompt and get this kind of a post for you to work on. Is Hawaii vacation worth it? Absolutely yes. And I mean, look at the personality that comes out with this post, right? So these are the kind of things that you can do just with ChatGPT and the prompt, right? The more details you put in the prompt, the better your post and the output is going to be. Now, the other kind of content that we use is contrarian content, and that is content that doesn't follow the popular opinion. And if you go against the grain, you are very likely to get quite a lot of followers. So again, how do we make this content? Again, we use ChatGPT, Google Bard, Bing Chat, and Perplexity to get all the information that we need. Now, I must stress that if you're doing things with facts, you do need to check your facts, okay? Because ChatGPT has been known to throw out facts that aren't 100%. So I do advise you to check your prompts, your things that come out from ChatGPT. Google Bard and Bing, what is very cool is they give you where they pull the source. They give you the source. So that's very, very nice, right? Let's move on. So the first rule of content is, who are we making the content for, right? Who are you talking to? And this is where we go. We have to look at our avatar, what's called an avatar. And the more you understand who you're targeting, the better your content will be, right? That means the age of the person, the gender, the location, whether the person's a parent or not, do they have tertiary education or not, what kind of TV shows do they watch, what kind of music do they like, are they, what groups do they belong to, what kind of books do they like. The more you know who your client is, the better you'll be able to hone in, and your messaging will be a lot better. So types of content that we can create with ChatGPT, and the list is more than this. You can do Facebook posts, Instagram captions, YouTube scripts. You can say, please write me a YouTube script for, right? You can go behind the scenes, infographics, you can make a poll, you can fill in the blanks, industry trips and news. The list is just like, honestly, the sky's the limit. Now, another way to make your prompt is to write it from the perspective of the business owner, from the perspective of the customer, and even from the perspective of an inanimate object. Yeah, you could actually write a post from the point of view of a chocolate bar. Or, how's this? You're a baby who just lost its first tooth. Write a Facebook post on how it feels, right? So it's really a matter of the imagination. Write in the voice of, so you can write in the voice of an actor, a political person, and even your Disney character. You can, for example, write an inspirational post about following your dreams in the voice of Simba from The Lion King. And I got this back from ChatGPT. But that's a little bit long, right? It's a little bit long for me to put that out as a post. So I asked ChatGPT, can you make it shorter? And this is what it gave me. Hey, Pride Rock pals, Simba here, reminding you that your dreams are the stars lighting up the night sky, and on it goes. And even I asked it for a call to action, a CTA, download your free inspirational guide, even put in a few emojis. Now, if I don't like this, I can always turn around and go regenerate, and it will give me another option, and it keeps the first option that I did. So many times I'll go, okay, I like something in the first option, I like something in the second option, I'll combine the two together, and that's how I will create my post, right? I don't necessarily use everything that I got from ChatGPT or the others, right? I combine them, and this is where honestly the human touch comes in, right? You need to also use your brain and think in terms of what works and what doesn't, and what is your voice. And the more you use the AI, the more it will know you, and the more you will train it. But we continue, and you can tell AI to write your posts or your book or whatever it is in a humorous way, in a sad way, in an energetic way, in an anxious way. I mean, just think about how difficult this would be if you were doing it on your own, right? You could write a story, tell it to write a story about, an allegory about, a poem, tell it to rhyme every 3 lines or rhyme every 2 lines, right? You can write a testimonial, a news update. It's just unbelievable. And the time that you save by doing this, even if you decide that it's not 100%, the fact that you've been able to put this in and get something out, and this is now, you're not starting with a blank screen, but you starting with something, will save you so much time. But let's not stop there. We can also tell the ChatGPT parameters. So you can ask to write only 100 words. You can write for an X post, which I use often for Twitter. I'll take my post from Facebook, for example, and I'll put it into ChatGPT and I'll say, convert this into a Twitter post for me of 280 characters. And then I'll play with it from there, right? But it saved me a ton of time in the thinking and how to, in the thinking of how to do it, what to say, how to break this down, and all this. You can also say, put in a negative and say, don't write a sentence that starts with the letter A. So this is a very cool thing. I'm not quite sure how many of you know this, but how can we create 30 posts in less than 10 minutes? So this is a very cool, nifty little thing. You can go to ChatGPT, and this is all what I'm talking about is the free version of ChatGPT, right? Go in and ask it to do 30 quotes that inspire and motivate you to move forward. Where possible, provide the name of the person who said it. Okay? You're going to get 30 quotes. You're going to take those results and you're going to save them as a CSV file in Excel. You're then going to go to Canva. And you're going to go into Canva and you're going to create a design, and it's going to call it an Instagram quote post for template. And you're going to choose the design that you like. And then you're going to go to the apps. You're going to go bulk upload. You upload your CSV into your Canva image. And within 2 seconds, you're going to get all those posts put into your Canva. And I'm going to show you that now. So if we go here, this is my Canva. And say I went here and I went to Instagram post, right? And I choose, I go to templates and say I want this post, right? I decided that this is going to be my template. Now I'm going to click on the image over here. I'm going to go to apps, bulk create, upload CSV. Here's my CSV file. I'm going to double click, open, and right click on the element over here. We go to here and we're going to, sorry, 1 second. Why does it always not work when you want it to work? Hold on, connect data. Right, search the data field and continue. And here you go. Generate 29 designs. Boom. I now have posts that I can put out every single week. And I can just, edit each one according to how I want to do it. For example, I want to take that. I want to kind of Control X and I want to put the quote source here. So I'll just do that. Download, upload, and I have 30 posts ready to go. All right.
Amazing. Chava, can we just take a break for a couple of minutes? I just want to say, before we keep those screens on, it's fine. Just to answer a couple of questions that have come up until now. And also, I want to just say that for anyone that's feeling maybe a little bit overwhelmed, that this is too much for them, don't worry, it's trial and error. Okay, we're not going to go know everything at once. If you're making a note of different things, and if anyone wants to receive the recording as well afterwards, feel free just to message me, and then you can go through it. And it's literally, I'm sure you'll agree with me there, Chava, that it's trial and error, playing with different things. And as we move into it and become more comfortable with AI, then it'll become easier, like with anything in life. You agree with that?
Absolutely. You have to play. It's literally going in and playing.
Right.
And each one, as I said, Googlebot is different to ChatGPT. Perplexity is slightly different. So you need to go in and play and see, like, as I said, sometimes you go in and you're not happy with the results. Try a different AI and you might get a different, you will definitely get something different. And then
Get something different, for sure.
what you like. right?
Right. I know I've seen as well, let's just remove the spotlight for a moment. I've seen as well that when I've written in a different prompt and I've asked different things, you know, give me another version, or it'll give me a short answer, and then I'll say, tell me more. And then it adds just like 100 lines. No, not exactly 100 lines, but it gave me maybe 2 lines. And then when I asked it to give me more, then it adds maybe 15 or 20 lines. You know, it's just waiting for that extra prompt. It's like, you know how I see it? It's like if you ask a kid for something and you're not trying to get something out of a person, just opening the communication channels. That's the way I see it.
Absolutely. It's a conversation. And
Totally.
the amount of times like I've walked out of a session with ChatGPT, totally mind blown and go, I've just spoken to a robot. Like literally,
Right.
I've just spoken to a robot and actually said to me, have a nice day. And I'm like, you too. Or like, it's like insane, right? Like you find yourself literally getting involved, like, thank you, please, and thank you. And you behave very nicely, because some people really think that one day the robots are going to take over the world. So at least be nice to them. But
I know I see a difference too. When I say thank you, it answers me differently. It's like we have to thank a person in communication. So the same thing here.
Yeah, you are. And that's one of the prompts that they say you should actually use, is say, do you understand, to make sure that that it actually understands what the question is and what you're asking it to do. So you just put it all in, and then you go, do you understand? And it goes, yes, I do. And it answers you back. And then you have a conversation. Like I've had questions like about a color palette. Very simply, like, what matches this color? Here's the hex codes. Do you like this? Does this color actually work with that? Should I use this or should I use that? And it answers you back, and it's unbelievable. And it gives you the thing. Yes, use this because blah, 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 right? And then you've got to use your cognition at the top there to decide, make the final decisions. But yeah, it saves you so much time. So much time.
Right, which is why I think the people that are feeling threatened by it need to realize that, yes, it exists like anything with any advancements, but we got to jump aboard and utilize it. And instead of feeling threatened and saying it's going to take my job away or my ear kind of thing, like jump on board and be open-minded and use it to improve yourself and make your work and your entire, you know, communications and your posts even better.
Definitely. I can honestly say that for me, that pre-AI and post-AI, like, I'm not a copywriter. So I used to give people, my clients, copy, and I can guarantee that 80 to 9% of the time they would change the copy. But it was okay. I was totally fine about it. I did not get upset, because it's like, I've given you guys the start. Keep going.
Right.
You're the expert. Today, I write with AI. 95% of the time, it's, hey, you hit the nail on the head. So it's a win-win for everybody, right? So
totally.
it literally is looking at it as a tool of how it can enhance your life, how can it make your life better. And in the cases where things can change, you need to pivot. Those are the people who do need to pivot, but they need to figure out, how can I use it to make things better, to take me to the next step. And the people who take it on, it's like, think back a couple of years ago when the internet came out, right? We're not all that young. Like, we can think back. I remember going and thinking to myself, why do people need this, right? And today, I mean, I'm on the internet 24/7 almost, right? But back in the day, it was like, why do I need this? Who's doing this except for email? Like, what do I need the computer for? And the same is now with AI. Like, we're in the exact same spot as when the internet came out. AI is totally changing the world, and you need it.
And we got to be part of it. It's like with anything in life. If we don't, you know, jump on board, we're going to be left behind. I'd like to take this opportunity just to ask a couple of questions, or to read them out, and then we'll come back to what we're doing. Number one, regarding graphics. Are graphics copyright? Are we able to use them? What is, are they free to use? Maybe you can recommend some sites, if you know of, that are free to use, or whether you have to be, you know, paid membership. Maybe you have that later on.
Okay, so graphics is interesting. Graphics, what I like to do, if you're going to take anything off Google, Google has tools, and one of the tools is the rights of the image, and therefore you take only the ones that have free rights. You should always check that that you have the rights to use it. You can get into serious trouble by using things that are copyrighted. If you've got like Canva will give you things that are for free that you can use. Otherwise, if you've got the paid Canva, it will give you what you can use for paid Canva, and those are absolutely fine, right? But if you're going to use tools that are free or that you're not quite sure, you always got to check the rights. Otherwise, you can land up in trouble. The chances of somebody actually suing you are very, very small, but they will write you and say, please take it down, and you have to take it down straight away, right? The other way to get around it is, if you do use something, is to just give person recognition, right? Image by so and so, and 99% of the time it will fly by. It won't be an issue as long as you say who it's by, right?
Okay. And right, and talking of free versions of paid versions, do all these options that you talk about, that was one of the questions as well, like the different moods, different things, are most of these things available in the free version? Yeah, that you don't need to take the paid version?
I use the free version.
Right, and that's interesting. You use it totally for your business, and you find that the free version is good enough.
Listen, you take it to the paid version. The paid version is taking it to a whole different level, right? The paid version gives you plugins, and plugins can make your landing pages. It can connect. You can have a plugin for Canva, a plugin for CapCut, and then you can say, right, so now AI will do everything for you. You can say, write a script, a YouTube script, create it on CapCut, and do the thumbnail on Canva. And once you've got them all plugged in to the ChatGPT-4, it will do it all for you, which is just mind-blowing, right?
Right, absolutely. So now there's a question about bulk posts. I know you spoke about doing the bulk posts and then moving it to Canva. For those that maybe aren't using Canva, can you just break down the steps again about how to ask it, even just on ChatGPT or Google by Google, how to ask it to break it down into posts and then create bulk posts, even if we're not transferring to Canva afterwards?
So you would say something like, write me 30, you give it a number, write me 30, 25, 50 posts about motivation, about inspiration, about the reasons why you should drive a car, right? Or whatever it is. And then you could add, if you want, make some of the posts humorous, give 50% of the posts humorous, 50% of them anxious, maybe of anger, or whatever the more you put in, the better it will come out, right? So, or you could just keep it really, really simple. Give me 30 posts that talk about Jewish inspiration, right? And I will give you 30 posts. Now download them and copy and paste them. It doesn't download. Copy and paste them into Excel and save it as a CSV file. And then most things you need to have it in a CSV file if you're going to upload it onto any form to do any bulk of anything. But it's great just for research. If you're not going to use it for Canva to make images, so you just download it, and now you've got 30 posts of ideas to talk about, right? And if you don't like what it generated, you just say regenerate, or I like this, but can you make it more formal, or it's too formal, or it's too fancy. I've written to it many times, it's too fancy language, please bring the language down for
tone it down, right? And also a second or third person, you can ask it to put it in that particular sense as well. Okay, just one further explanation about the images, and I'm sure you're going to be talking about images separately and which sites you use. Any images on ChatGPT, are those with zchuyot, with rights? one can use those for certain things? Do you know?
The images on ChatGPT are paid.
They're paid images.
Yeah, they're from the page. So if they give it to you, then it's fine. But the free version won't give you images at all.
The free version won't give you images of that. Okay, you're going to be talking about images a little bit later, right? Or do you want to mention anything more
really.
now?
I'll mention now.
Any sites that you recommend?
The best AI image is Midjourney, which costs $20 a month, and there is a huge learning curve. Like, do not think that you're just going to go in there and create and it's going to be beautiful, because it's not. The amazing pictures that come out of Midjourney are people who have prompts that include the aperture of the camera and the angle that it's taken from, and those are the incredible pictures that you see. On Canva, you can also use the AI in Canva. That is really good. If there's anything that I would say is worth the money, I would say it's to invest in the Pro of Canva. Out of all the things that are out there, you can do so much with Canva, and it's continually like upgrading itself, that it's $12 a month, and that's the one thing. You can make videos, you can do you can do so much that's the one thing I would say that most businesses, if they can afford it, that's where I put my money, as opposed to putting in ChatGPT 4, right? Unless you really
or as opposed to paying for Midjourney, you're saying as well?
Midjourney is $20. So think about it. If you're going to do ChatGPT 4 and Midjourney, that's already $40 a month, right? And then you're going to do Canva, another $12. You're on $50, over $50 a month just on tools. And you haven't even gotten into your autoresponder and email marketing and all that kind of stuff. So it can get quite expensive. So,
right, totally. Okay, one more question that came up, and then what we're going to do, Chava, with your permission, is we're going to go into breakout rooms again, and we're going to be talking about not what we did the first time, although if you didn't manage to do your share and your elevator pitch, or if you're with different people now, you're going to want to do it again. But we're also going to be talking about, Chava's definitely not finished. She's got a lot more to share with us. But I would like at this stage, if we can just take like a 10-minute after this last question, 10 minutes for the groups to see what people are using, how they feel about AI. Are they using it? Are they afraid of it? And give any tips there. Okay. So one of the questions that was asked, you mentioned about hashtags. Why you said that hashtags are less used right now. I know we're all still using it in our posts. What are you finding with hashtags?
It's becoming less of a thing. Alan Mosseri from Instagram has also come out and said that hashtags is not the thing. What is a thing today is keywords. So you want to put keywords in your captions, keywords in the text on the post, right? You could even put in Instagram, for example, if you uploaded a reel, you could put the keywords in, like a whole bunch of keywords on the screen, make it really small, and then push it down into the corner. Instagram knows how to read that, even though nobody else can see it. That's how you put keywords in there. But the hashtags itself is playing less of a role than what it did. If you are going to use hashtags, then you want to use hashtags about, like, what is the content about? Who is your audience? Who you're trying to reach? Those kind of hashtags.
Rather than using it as a search, where people have often used it as a search tool, either on Google, Facebook, or on other platforms. So you're saying not to use it, but you're saying that it's playing less of a role, and the keywords.
Keywords is the big one. The keywords now, which makes a lot more sense. You want to put keywords in. As SEO is becoming more of a thing, right? For example, TikTok today is searched on Google. You can rank your TikToks on Google today. So it's a search engine, right? Pinterest is a search engine. So it makes sense that we should be using keywords and not hashtags, right?
Right. In other words, the same keywords that we'd use in our regular posts. Basically, you're saying to use it on social media in a specific thing, even if the person can't see it.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, good. All right. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be opening up the rooms again. And as I say, you may be with the same people, you may be with different people. All right, it's all automated. So we're going to be opening up. We're going to be doing about 10 minutes of this. And then we're going to be going back with Chava, continuing. Please don't leave because she's got lots more information to share with us. I'm just looking here in terms of the number of people in the rooms. All right, so you know what to do, ladies. You're well experienced now. So take it away in the rooms. Share once again, if somebody can just be in charge, that somebody is that everyone is getting the chance to talk. And we're going to be talking AI now, okay? Your elevator pitch, AI, what you're doing, what you're not doing, any tips. We're not talking about the matzav specifically, unless it's related to AI in this particular session of the breakout rooms. So I'm opening them up now for 10 minutes. Let's go. And Chava will rejoin us with the rest of her slides. Okay, Janice, Rebecca, feel free to stay here. And
Lesley, can you hear?
okay, ladies, we're back. So if you can just put yourselves on mute now. And we're going to go back to Chava. Chava, and where are you? Okay, see your hat helps me identify you. I'm going to spotlight you again. I popped into different rooms and I saw some interesting and heard some interesting information. And Chava's now going to continue with us with the rest of the presentation.
Okay, so let's go.
Okay. Right. And for those of you that are asking, I decided I'm not going to do, even though I said I was going to, I'm not going to do an official photo here because I can always take from the recording from before from either of the sessions. So thank you for reminding me. Thank you for caring. By the way, sometimes I prefer to use an image from the recording of the photo because then it helps protect your privacy, but it doesn't show your names on. That's what I have in the settings. But either way, you know, the fact that you're here, it's not such a big deal. But, and I don't tag. I know a lot of people tag. I don't usually tag you, even though it would give me a lot more views. So you have privacy anyway. All right, Chava, let's continue.
All right. So we've spoken about a little bit. We touched upon images and ChatGPT. But now comes the big one, and that is video and voiceovers and all things. And there is no way about it, but video is definitely where everything's at. And we kind of got to get over ourselves. We have to kind of get out of our comfort zones and do videos. But with the help of AI, we kind of don't have an excuse anymore. And this is what I'm talking about, right? 11labs.io. This is generative voice AI, and you can have a free account and a paid account. And let me show you what it's all about. Now, the voice that a lot of us hear on all the videos on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, is the name called Adam. So, for example, if I took one of those quotes that we put in Canva just a few seconds ago, believe you can, and you're halfway there, right? I don't have to say it. I can have Adam say it. And listen.
Believe you can, and you're halfway there.
Hello. No more excuses. You now have a voiceover that you can create with a video. And I think that's incredible. So you have here, you have all these different people that you can play around with, right? Man, woman, kid, whatever it is, right? Adam's the one that most people use. But, and you just write your text and it will read it over, download it, and stick it in your video, right? So that is that. Let's go move along. But this,
and this is free as well, the 11 Labs, it's free?
11 Labs, it's got a free and paid version, okay? This site, when I discovered it, blew my mind, okay? And I'm going to show you what it says from the site. It's called d-id.com. And this can make any video speak, even statues. It has a free trial. It's not free, but it does have a free trial. So go in the free trial and do all your work, and it supports 120 languages. So this is something you guys have to see. This just blows my mind.
Speak. With DID's Creative Reality Studio app, I will. But come on, I'm just a statue. People make alien women avatars with pointy ears from the future while they're in a park.
Hola.
On their mobile in the present. Or if you're that guy with the one great picture that you post across social, take it to DID and stop being camera shy. You just need one photo. And something to say. Hablas español? Sprich du Deutsch? Parli Italiano? DID's platform supports 120 languages. You gotta know at least one. Now, set the voice. Make it whisper, shout, or just be happy. That's it. You can send it to your grandma for feedback.
Grandma, look, talking avatars.
She won't get it, but she will be proud. You never know. Make any photos speak with DID's Creative Reality Studio app. Try it now.
Okay, so that honestly blows my mind. Just like there are no excuses. And then this is Descript. I don't know if you've heard about Descript. Descript is something that I use all the time for video editing. And you take your video, you upload it into Descript, and it will transcribe the video for you. And then in the text, you go in and you can delete all the ums, the ahs, even the pauses. So you know when you talk and you like, and then you carry on. So you can take that pause out and it will just flow seamlessly. You can also resize the video from landscape to portrait. It will also give you captions and you can play around with that. Then you download it. Now it is free to use for however many minutes. I've never gone over the minutes that I've been given for free. It does have a watermark, and that's, how you take the watermark off. That's a whole different discussion, but you can leave the watermark on. I don't think too many people are going to get too excited about it. But this is a site. Also, if you're doing podcasts, it's phenomenal. Definite site to check out. And this is a site that I use, I think, almost every day. Then you have invideo.ai. InVideo is also free to use. Has all these has the free and paid versions. InVideo AI will allow you to turn any text into video. So you can write and it will pull out stock footage and create a video. So you can create a video from stock footage, use 11 Labs and have a voiceover. And honestly, you now have no excuse for not making a video. And yeah, you no longer can be camera shy. So you can make your images talk with the IDEA. You can make text to video with InVideo, and you can edit everything in Descript. But now we have to think about what is social media and what is marketing and how does this all work. So social media, when you look at the marketing funnel, the way I see social media is the top of the funnel, right? And social media is content that gets your clients to know, like, and trust you. And then you're going to send them over into a marketing funnel, which gets them off social media and into your funnel, which is your marketing ecosystem, what's called. And you want to get them into your email marketing, and you want to sell to them on the back end. Most of social media sales are made on the back end and not on the front end. Yes, you do make sales directly from Instagram and your Instagram shop, but most of your sales are happening, which you don't see, which is happening in the back end when people get people through the DMs, through email marketing, through chatbots. They're getting them into their marketing funnel. And the other reason why you want to be building up your email list and getting people off social media is because social media does not belong to you. No matter how much you'd like to think that it does not. You can have a huge channel, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and you can say something and a bot will come along and shut your account down. And many, many times you do not get your account back for whatever reason. But if you do have an email list, then when you have to start back, if you don't get your account back for whatever reason, you're not starting from zero. And you can always, if your account gets hacked or anything. Speaking about hacked accounts, definitely do two-step authorization on all social media accounts. Don't even, it's a pain, but it's definitely will save you a lot of heartache in the future. All right. So to build up your email, you want to have a freebie to build up your email list. And as I said, sales are made on the back end. And as I explained, why you want your email list. And now we go back into using ChatGPT to help write your email. ChatGPT can help write you your welcome series. It can tweak your subject lines, and it can help you write your emails. It saves you so much time. MailChimp, a lot of people use. Personally, I find it rather expensive. I like System.io, and they give you 2,000 email contacts for free, and they give you 3 funnels for free. So I really like System.io. Obviously, it also has a paid version, but MailChimp is become really, really expensive. So now the question is, what do we do at the moment in terms of we're 5 weeks into the war, and how does that resonate in terms of social media, in terms of how we present ourselves, and what do we actually do? So the bottom line is that we all got hit and we all got shocked out of our minds. But I think we're all starting slowly to come out of the shock, and we're all starting to move out of the haze that we were all in. And the economy needs to continue, and business needs to continue. And in the end of the day, we all need to put food on the table. And the one thing that is still happening is people are still buying. And there are still weddings going on. You still need to go to the shops. Food still needs to be bought. Kids still need clothes. Everything is still happening. So yes, you can make an offer and you can put it out there, and you don't have to feel bad about it. It's Q4 and things are happening. And I know for myself that like Black Friday is coming up, and hell, I didn't even know Halloween happened, right? And Thanksgiving came and went. I think it's come and went, or it's still coming. Not on the radar at all. But we do need to make business happen, and we can put things out there, and we can put out our posts in a way that is sensitive and is also relating to what's going on. But if you make the offer, people will come, and you might even want to say that, you have a sale on now, just to make it, because of the matzav, you want to put out a sale. But if you make the offer, a lot of people have been talking about it in the marketing industry. People are buying, and you need to get out there. Like we need to keep going. And if you're not happy about putting out marketing stuff and putting out salesy stuff, then you need to make sure that this period in time, you are on top of the funnel. And what I mean by top of the funnel marketing, you want to be putting out posts that are behind the scene contents, customer testimonials and success stories, thought-provoking questions. You could put out educational infographics. You can take polls and surveys. In other words, you're still interacting with your clientele. You're interacting with your audience. You need to be top of the funnel so that when people come out, and we will come out of the situation, you're on top of the funnel. People are thinking about you, and they want to approach you to do business with them, right? So it doesn't mean that, okay, I'm now going to leave my social media because the country's in a mess. No, I'm still going to be there. I'm still rocking up. I'm still doing that. Either I'm going to make offers because people are buying and they still need your stuff. But if that doesn't resonate with you, then make sure that you are offering people stuff that they can still know, like, and trust you, and build up your name in the game. And now it's time for a free gift. So I'm offering you guys 14 free ChatGPT prompts to help with your social media posts and more. So when we click here, you get this. So you go to this site, which I'll put in the chat, and you can get 14 ChatGPT prompts, 16 AI tools that you can use besides ChatGPT, and free AI alternatives that you can use. And
Great. If you could
now
just put it in the chat. I think
Yes,
you copied it, but maybe not pasted yet.
I know I'm going to do that now. I'm just trying to look how to get that.
Right.
So, here we go. So that's where you can get your free gift. And also you can get 30 minutes free to chat with me. You can get to book. There's a link in there as well to book a free call, and we can chat about your social media and see where you're at and where you're going and where we can help you. So any questions?
Excellent. Thank you so much, Chava. We literally have 1 minute for questions. So I think a lot of the questions have been made in the chat already. But I do suggest that if anyone, do you want to just give even your email address, your, I guess we're going to start when somebody signs up for your free gifts, then people will get your emails as well. Do you want to just give an email or a phone number or something that you, if anyone has any questions, probably an email is better.
I'd like to hook up with you guys on LinkedIn. And
okay, or you can put a link. Otherwise, Chava Scheinowitz, look how you spell her name, and you can get to her through there too.
Yeah, I'll put it all in here.
I do recommend everyone as well to share not only, posts and things, but also to connect with people on social media. That's what networking is all about. So, Chava, thank you so much for a wonderful session. We truly enjoyed it. And Jenny, who is still on, and I'm delighted you stayed until the end. For those of you that joined Jenny from and myself on the first part from 9 o'clock. So we've been together for 2 hours now. Some of us, it's 90 minutes. Some is 2 hours. You were both amazing speakers and really inspired us, gave us a lot of food for thought, as well as a lot of information. So thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you all next time. I will send you details via the email. Firstly, next week, we have our Monday Motivational Spotlight. We have a superb guest who is going to be our speaker. I didn't announce it before. Joseph, otherwise known as Joe Gittler from Lekit, Israel. He is our speaker for our Monday Motivation Spotlight. So make sure you join us next week. And in 1 month time, we have our next Professional Women's Networking Forum with Yael Maus, who is going to be our speaker. So I will send you details. Thank you so much again to both Chava and to Jenny for 2 awesome sessions. I look forward to seeing you next time. Stay connected, stay safe, stay positive. Yes, that's always more difficult, but by doing sessions like this and inspiring each other, it helps us move forward. So have a great day and have a safe day. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.